A gentlelady from California, Ms. Baz, is recognized to strike the last word.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I do strike the last word. And let me first and foremost say that I support the Jackson-Lee amendments. In 2018, there were 9 migrant deaths that occurred during encountering Customs and Border Patrol, including 7-year-old Jacqueline, who died of dehydration and shock, and 8-year-old Felipe, who died from the flu while in CBP custody. In the first half of 2019, there were 10 deaths, including a 2-year-old who died from pneumonia and 16-year-old Carlos, who died from the flu. H.R. 3239 raises the bar on humanitarian standards at our southern border. As I have mentioned in previous hearings, I have been to refugee camps in South Sudan, in Uganda, and parents and family members are never separated from their children. But unfortunately, we don't have to look beyond our own front door to know what's the right thing to do. You wouldn't stand for poor treatment of your children, grandchildren, or family members. Your children and grandchildren need your loving arms to protect them from harm, to look out for their health, and to ensure they have what they need to grow into happy, healthy adults. Your children need you. Migrant children need their parents and family members too. Migrant children need to feel the familial heartbeat, smells, and voices that assure them that they are going to be okay. But we already know from our own experiences, migrant children are fleeing with their families, escaping interpersonal and state violence. Migrant children need protection from harm. They need the people who know how and have the resources to soothe and care for them. Your children and grandchildren need pediatric health assessments and appropriate medical attention. So do migrant children. Your child's pediatrician needs the equipment and medication for assessment, triage, and treatment. So do the health providers for migrant children. You wouldn't leave your child sitting in soiled diapers, and you wouldn't change your child on a filthy surface. Migrant children deserve the same care for their hygiene and health. You make sure your children and grandchildren have nutritious food that allows them to be energetic, happy, and healthy. You wouldn't allow your children or grandchildren's safety, nutrition, health, and hygiene needs to go unmet, because you know that that can lead to illness and deaths, like the deaths of at least 7 children who died after being detained at the border. We must dig the bar out of the ground for the humane and dignified treatment of migrants and raise it up to minimum international standards. Someone's loved one's life is at stake. I now yield my time to Representative Jackson-Lee.